Top of the morning. You already know what it is. You already know what I'm about. You understand? I'm just doing what's vital to my title of a workplace expert. You get it? You dig? So let's get right into the message because you already know I got a wealth of knowledge for you. I got that knowledge that's better than college. You understand me? So be prepared. Take some notes. But let's start with a short story. I love to tell stories because it really has a lot of relevance. And I'm going to tell you a story about one of my clients today. He's a CEO client. But before we even get started into that story, I'm going to tell you exactly how this story relates to me. True story. Early in my career as a recruiter, headhunter, you understand me, I learned that if you're not 100% involved, you can't evolve to the next level. So once upon a time, I had a client CEO, Pete, and he came to me for help. He came to me because he wanted to build a top performing team for his new tech startup company. You understand? So he came to me for help, and he said, "Hey Tony, I want to build a team of top performers with specialized talent." And he was even kind of hesitant. He wanted to build a team of top performers with a proven track record of success. And he had a little slight of hesitation. He was slightly hesitant because he doubted if it was even possible to bring a whole bunch of A players together and to get them to work successfully together on the same team, because he was under the impression that a lot of A players have A type personalities. And I told him, I said, "Pete, as your trusted advisor, you know what your problem is?" He said, "Tony, what's my problem?" I said, "Pete, first of all, you're under the wrong impression. You're under a misconception. A players can work cohesively together and successfully together. They do it all the time. Look at sports teams. Look at other successful organizations." And I assured him that it is possible to build that A player team, and I'm the knight in shining armor that could help him do so. So we continued talking. I said, for example, I said, "Have you ever seen that movie, Blue Chips?" And one of the main actors was Nick Nolte, and he played a basketball coach that had to improve his team to good standings by any means necessary. So he went out, he recruited three superstars. You understand? Three A players, three trios: Neon, Butch, and Ricky. Neon was Shaquille O'Neal, and Butch was Penny Hardaway, as a matter of fact. So he recruited these top players, and in order to get them to sign up to go to his school, he had to legally pay them off. Unfortunately, and even though the coach did what he did, just keep it real and honest with you. Even though he did what he did, they still won the championship for that year. And see, my back to my client's story, he really, really identified with this story and Nick Nolte's role as Coach Bell. So, after an extensive conversation as a result with Pete, he definitely followed my suggestions and recommendations. We planned our work and we worked our plan. It was a total success, and we built him a successful A player team. And the moral of the story is anything's possible and nothing is impossible. And as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You know what I mean? So segueing right into the message for today. Let's go for it. Hit that like button real quick. The definition, the definite definition of an A player. And before we go any further, make sure you put some love in your body. Put some H2O, some water. Water does a body good. You know what I'm talking about? Good. The definite definition of an A player. Perhaps no element of human resources or talent management is more misunderstood, in some cases controversial, than the notion of an A player or top performing employees. Once this subject is broached, the conversation immediately turns to questions about whether it's possible to build a team of entire A players, and if doing so, is it even a good idea? After all, does a team need B and C players on it too? Today, I'm here to set that record straight. The definite definition of an A player. One, an employee who is in the top 10% of their profession on the industry wide basis of salary pay. Two, a person on your team who you would enthusiastically rehire. An employee at an enterprise who drives all profitability and growth. A person of high integrity who delivers with commitment. An employee who every organization covenants. Synonyms of an A player: awesome employee, top performer, high performer, rock star, superstar, all star, team player, game changer. This is what an A player's name is. The incredible truth of a hiring an A player. An A player are most productive people in your organization. A little known axiom in business is you win with the best team money can buy, meaning your available salary budget needs to be optimized for absolute best talent for each and every position. Said another way, A players deliver 2 to 3 times the productivity of a B player for similar compensation, while lesser managers fret about paying validated A players 10% more than a B player. Simple math dictates that having an A player instead of a B player creates at least 45 to 50% savings in salary. Combine that with the 2 to 3 times increase in productivity, there is an incredible value increase of 700 to 1,000%. These numbers are stunning. The sports teams understand as they build their teams to pursue championships. Common misconceptions and hangups of A players. Part of the reason why B and C players are tolerated in the business environment stems from the misconceptions that A players all have type A personalities. That couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, A players possess all types of personalities, ranging from shy to introvert to assertiveness to extroverted. If these misconceptions harbor within your organization, be sure to suppress this quickly, because this distorts your view on top talent. You know what I'm saying? A players drive employee engagement. You know what I mean? On the off chance that I haven't yet made my compelling enough case for A players, consider this study. Having proved 2/3 of employees are not engaged at work. Many managers incorrectly interpret this data as a company problem and not as an employee problem. The fact is, only the employee can choose to be engaged or not. According to Greg Ligerman, insightful book Craves, employee engagement equals motivation plus commitment to act in the best interest of the organization. Therefore, these B and C players are costing your company dearly in terms of loss and commitment and also engagement. An A player are the ones who are engaged and who will drive all the value of the employees. They seek to work in company of other A players. What are you doing to retain them by surrounding them with your other A players? So that's a question you should be asking yourself and thinking about. You understand me? If after trying these above tips and you're still experiencing problems building that A player team, you may want to talk to a third-party firm like my company, RNA Search Inc., for example. You have to get involved in order to evolve by partnering up with the right recruiting firm who can help you build that A player team. You understand me? In conclusion, this is the definite definition of an A player. Apply this uncommon information to bring restoration to your situation. I hope you never want as long as you live, and you live as long as you want. And please make sure you like my video, subscribe to my channel, and share this with other people. Be a blessing in other people's lives. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. Have a fabulous day.